Start this video, I would just like to come on here and remind you guys that here at Melanin Eclectic, Black lives will always matter. And this is Black everything. Black people, Black culture, Black lives, Black careers, Black existence. We stand by my people, and if that bothers you, this might not be the channel for you. But let's get on with the video. Hi everyone, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel. We are on episode 4 of the bullet journal series, and today we will be looking at my hands because I'm going to use some extra pages in one of my old journals to kind of illustrate different things that I want to discuss, as well as just showing you guys some things. So today's topic is layouts. How do I decide on layouts? How do I decide what to put in my bullet journal? Things of that nature. So I just wanted to be like, okay, we're gonna talk. I have a list of some suggestions for you guys. So I hope that by the end of this video, you guys will have some kind of idea of what you would like to put in your planners. With that being said, the first thing you should be concerned with whenever you're first starting out with the bullet journal is to not go in with pen. And I say that only because you want to make sure that like you give yourself an opportunity. So like this is my first ever like pretty bullet journal, right? And so I did a lot of things that I didn't necessarily use. It looked cool, it looked pretty, but like I didn't really use it to its full potential on some pages. So I wanted to just tell you guys, like, start off with pencil, but the first thing you should do is brainstorm. So, well, it's not in this one, but in my other bullet journals, if you guys, when I was setting up my new bullet journal, I will link the video where I show you guys how I plan out my pages for my next planner. That is a progressed version of what I used to do. So basically what I would do is, I saw all the different types of planners and stuff that were being offered, and I decided, okay, what is something that I want it to look like? What is something that I wanted to show? And I knew that I liked the pretty parts of the planner, so I wanted a year at a glance because that's what's in a lot of regular planners. I had like book lists, car loan, future log. I had all that kind of stuff in the planner. I had budget pages, I had fitness pages, I had all that kind of thing in my planner. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, what do you actually want in your planner? And I know that sounds very, very crazy. Don't worry, I'm working on an ebook right now. That way all of these discussions will be fleshed out further. But it's clearly not done and it won't be introduced till the end of the series. But here's some things I think you should start off with. If you like it, you don't have to do this page because honestly, I've done year at a glance pages so many times. You don't really use them for much. Like, it got to a point where like I had a little key where I would highlight all my holidays, and then I would highlight birthdays, and then I would highlight special days that I knew for a fact like I was leaving on vacation or something like that. But other than that, this page is kind of pointless. It just looks good, and I also like, if it's just a page like this, I like making a year at a glance page because it just looks good. Whereas in my current planner, I don't have that page. Well, I do. I started that page because I had a measurements page. Oh, and that's another thing. So if you're starting a bullet journal, a measurements page is good because I don't have to count the squares as much anymore. I know how many squares. Normally I go in and I make smaller squares for different types of measurements and stuff, but that's just me. You don't have to do that. You also don't have to use this page. As you can see so far, I haven't even used this page, and I didn't even put in 2021 yet. Like, I didn't use it. I do use my retrogrades page a lot. I'm getting ready to, I'm working on this right now because my quarter 3 is ending, and I got to start working on the 4th quarter. My budget page has been completely moved to a whole new planner already, so I haven't used it yet. But I don't have a lot of annual pages. that doesn't mean that that will work for you. So the different types of annual pages, we have year at a glance, which is what I showed you, goals, bucket list, vision boards, future plannings, retrogrades, and trackers. I have a lot of trackers there. I know people that track like their periods, bills, weight loss, ovulation, all that kind of thing. Everything like that can be tracked in your planner. There is no right or wrong way to use a bullet journal. You just have to decide, like, what are you going to make weekly? Are you going to do monthlies? Things like that. So, for example, another type of tracker is my gratitude log, my habit tracker. I did a sleep log for a while, and then every month I was doing a budget in here. And then I went straight to like weekly planning. So again, first thing I recommend is kind of deciding what you want in your planner. Do I think that you need to start with a specific thing? No, I don't. I have a list. So while I'm talking, I'm going to include a list of like what I think you should start with, just because it's something easy. For example, I think you should start with a goals page. And I personally like future planning pages. Like I told you guys, I like the idea of having pages that I could plan ahead of time and just go back and reference them throughout the year. I personally really use my future planning pages, and I like them. But my main focus, I guess we'll show you my current one. My main focus, obviously, as you guys have seen, is, sorry, my stickers are, I focus a lot more on monthly pages. So, like, I do a lot of weekly spreads, and my weekly spreads really change depending on what's going on. I have pages in my bullet journal that don't fit anything. They're just project concepts. Whenever I do new Simones and stuff, things of that nature. And then they don't always look good. They don't always look filled out. Then I get really extra sometimes. Sometimes things don't get filled out, and that's okay. But I do have a general idea of how I like to use my planner. So because of that, it just makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, I think you should start with those. And if you are a person that likes seeing progress, trackers are something that will totally work for you. Like I said, bills, weight loss, savings, those are great trackers. Oh wow. Sometimes looking back at this makes me laugh because I'm like, dude, I really like, interesting. I love this color scheme though. For monthlies, I personally think you should start with the calendar or some way to look at the month as a whole. That is a great thing to put in your planner. I recommend that. If you choose trackers, this will be a good place for gratitude logs. I'm going to try to do a video devoted to just all the different trackers that I know and layout designs for the trackers. It's just going to take me a while to record, so give me a second for that. That's a different episode, but you should just focus on that. It's not hard. So here, we'll do a planning page for you guys. So what I recommend is, I'll use my pen. What I recommend is breaking up your little planner page into 3 sections: yearly, monthly, weekly. And if you are a person that wants to do separate, if you want to do the more traditional bullet journal method and you want to go daily, you can also do that. I personally don't break it down all the way to daily because, again, I fill out everything on a day-to-day basis, so it's not the same. But you could do it like that, and then this is where I decide like what kind of trackers am I going to use. Like I like my year at a glance, so year at a glance is here. I like my future planner pages. At the beginning of every year so far, I put vision boards and bucket lists and just things to keep me motivated. And then, monthly, I like having a calendar. Maybe I like having a monthly habit tracker. Or maybe I want to track my moods or anything like that. This is how I plan out how I want my planner to be. Maybe the way that you did your calendar, you need a specific place to include like important events. Maybe you want to track your budget for the month. Expense logs. This is how I plan out what I do in my planner. Weekly for me is nothing that I usually add in there because, like I said, it's normally just like this is an example of how I used to do the weekly. I don't like it anymore. I've progressed. You guys see the weeklies that I do now, and it's even progressed further than that. So, yeah, see, I've been tracking. I used to track my sleep and headache log, which I actually need to go back to, I think. Like, this is a tracker page that, like, I think I need to go back to. Definitely need to go back to this. Yeah. I think I'm going to actually add this in my planner right now. So, while I copy that in, let me see. The last few thoughts. Remember, start in pencil. Don't feel obligated to, don't feel like you have to make it perfect. There are plenty of times, like, it might have drawings here, but it might not have had drawings on this kind of page. It doesn't have to have color. It doesn't have to have drawings. It doesn't have to have any of that. Just know, I can leave that taken out of this. Just know that, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. And it might not always look the same. It might not actually have any color at all. This is your bullet journal. Make it however you want. And yeah, so those are just some quick moments for this idea. My question to you guys is, what kind of things would you like to see in your monthly section? Do you feel like you need a large monthly section? Are you an annual planner type person? Like, I would like to know your comments down below. Also, if this series has prompted you to want to try bullet journaling maybe in 2021, I'd also like to know that down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this particular section is a little interesting just because I can't necessarily tell you how to pick a tracker, but I can tell you how I plan to pick a tracker. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and until the next time, guys, bye.